Okay, we're looking at chapter 7, which is drawing objects and shapes. So we'll do the getting started to start. And so just basically some review of different concepts that will help with this unit. The first question is draw a net for each object. So remember, a net is a two-dimensional shape, so all the sides. So this is a triangular based prism. So it's got three rectangular faces. Doesn't tell us any dimensions. So let's kind of assume that those sides are all the same. It's an equilateral triangle. Just makes it easier to draw. So basically, I would draw a big rectangle, easiest way, and cut it into three parts, equal. And then I'll have two triangles. You can put one there. So just one on each side of those, but it doesn't matter which version, because if it's an equilateral, all of those sides will be the same. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagonal prism. So same thing, let's assume that it's a regular hexagon, which means all those sides are the same. So we're going to have 6 sides. So basically, again, I'm going to do a big rectangle, cut it into 6 equal triangles, and then a hexagon on each side. Hexagons are a little bit harder to draw. That's not great. I could put one there, one there. All of these sides are supposed to be equal. I'm just freehanding it. Okay. Write each fraction or ratio as a percent. So remember, we did a lot of this in the last unit. So you divide 2 divided by 5 times 100 with the percent symbol. So in your calculator, go 2 divided by 5 times 100, which is 40%. 5 over 4, that's going to be more than 100%. So in your calculator, 5 divided by 4 times 100, 125%. And then here, it's in a colon form, so you'd go 1 divided by 5 times 100%. And so that's going to be 20%. Then the next one, write each percent as a ratio in lowest terms. Typically, we'd show it as a fraction. The ratio can be shown in fraction form, but sometimes we think about that as a colon. So let's do it in fraction in lowest terms. So that'll be 60 over 100. And then reduced, obviously the tens divide out, so 6 over 10, which reduces to 3 over 5. And then 300% is 300 over 100 is 3. Okay. Jean says 2 polygons are similar. What does that mean? So remember what similar polygons are. They are sides are proportional and angles are all equal. So angles, so corresponding angles, when you look at the two polygons, are equal. And then sides are proportional. Oops, proportional. Basically a blow up or a shrinking of an object. So how are the angles and the sides of 2 similar polygons related? Well, I've just said it. Corresponding angles are equal, and sides are proportional. So draw 2 similar polygons. I'm going to freehand it. Let me do parallelogram. Okay, so let's say this is 40 degrees. So this would be 140. This would be 40. This would be 140. And let's say this was 4 centimeters. and this was 3 centimeters. And so a similar polygon then could be, if we expand the sides, we double them. This would be 6 centimeters. This would be 8 centimeters, 6 centimeters, 8 centimeters, and the angles will remain the same. Okay. All right, so next one, we're told that we have similar triangles, so that's a little bit easier. We don't have to, it's going to be exact in this case. So it says, what scale factor relates the large triangle to the small triangle? So basically, they are similar triangles, so that means that this angle is the same as this one. This angle will be the same as this. This angle will be the same as this, from what we can tell, because this is the longest side, it looks like. And so what do? Well, 36 divided by 18 is 2, so that's multiplying by 2. And so the scale factor, that's how we can determine it. So 36 divided by 18 is 2. Okay, so sorry. It says, what scale factor relates the large triangle to the small? Yep. And then what scale factor relates the small triangle to the large? That would be 1/2, going from this one to this one. What is unknown? What is each unknown measure in question 5? So this side D then, we would take 13 and multiply by 2 is 26. And then going backwards here, we take 30 and divide by 2. So we get 15. So multiply by 1/2 or divide by 2 would be 15 centimeters. Okay, use the scale factor of 1/3, draw a similar shape on the grid. So scale factor of 1/3 means we have to multiply all the sides by 1/3. Okay, the factor means multiply. So let's just measure them here. 3, that's 6 units. That's 6. And this, we don't know. We'd have to use Pythagorean theorem, but you can see it's on a diagonal, and the slope is up 3 to the right 1. Okay, and so really our the side of our new triangle is going to be 1/3 of that, so it's going to be basically this, similar to this distance, because that's divided into 3 when you look at the slope there. This divided multiplied by 1/3 will be 2. So I'm going to start with just drawing 2 there. Then I've got to have the same angle. So it's as though it's going, so this is the original, up 3 to the right 1, but now I have to have 1/3 of that. So that's going to be down to there. Okay, and then same thing, it's going to be the same on, this side. Helps if you have a ruler. So I'm going to cut that down to 1/3 of that, and then join up those. Oh, that's not straight. Okay. All right, so that's our new object. It says match each description with an isometric drawing. Isometric drawing are drawings in 3 dimensions where, if you look at the dot paper here, they're on diagonals, so that it automatically puts it on a diagonal in order to tell that it's 3 dimensions. So match each description with an isometric drawing. So rectangular prism, we know that really well. It's got to have rectangular faces and sides, so that would be this one. And then an L shape would be this one, and this looks like a U shape here. Okay, here is just a little bit more on isometric drawings, because we're going to look at that in 7.1. So it's a 3-dimensional view of an object in which vertical edges are drawn vertically, width and depth are drawn diagonally. So vertical is vertical, width and depth are drawn diagonally, and equal lengths on the object are equal on the drawing. Okay, so this is 1 unit here, basically. Even though it's diagonal, that's been measured out to be 1 unit. Okay, so now you can go on to section 7.